What's going on, guys? I'm back with another one. And man, I haven't done one of these reviews in such a long time. Okay, it feels like ages since I did this type of review. And of course, I'm talking about, I got a brand new animated review. Yes. As you can tell, I'm very excited because it's been so long and I've been waiting so long to do one of these. I really enjoy doing anime reviews. I'm just going to keep it very honest with you. I love doing these reviews. I just finished binge watching the hell out of Naruto. Main characters: Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke Uchiha, and Sakura Haruno. First of all, for those who don't remember my little journey with anime, let me give you a little brief update. Back in the day in high school, I used to watch my fair share of anime here and there, right? Till I kind of lost focus, and my focus went to something else. I don't remember what, but it wasn't anime. All right. So I missed out on a lot of good anime for like a few years, a few decades, maybe 2 decades at least, probably. Then I got back into anime as of recent. And as soon as I got back in there, I started getting all kind of referrals and recommendations to watch this, watch that. And I did watch some of this and some of that, as you can tell if you go back and watch some of my old videos, right? So now I'm getting a recommendation to watch Naruto. And they're telling me things like, please watch it. I grew up with this, and that's the younger generation in mine telling me that. To watching YouTube videos that are telling me that this is like their generation of Dragon Ball. All right. Their generation. That's a very bold statement right there. You understand that? That's a very bold statement. Okay. So I'm going to ask you this. Is that the truth? Or is that just a very strong opinion of theirs? I'm going to get down to the bottom of this. Okay. I have to. Naruto. Skip all for those who don't know and aware crap, because if you're watching this in the first place, you have a little bit of knowledge of anime, and you definitely are aware of Naruto. All right, so let's just get to that brief summary. We already know Naruto is an up-and-coming young ninja student who, as a baby, got this demon, this 5-tailed fox, stuffed into him so that their whole village could be saved. But so for some reason, when he got older, they all pretended like he put the demon in himself, and they ostracized him and outcasted the poor dude, and which is already an issue for me. All right, so that's very messed up. But from that day on, he swore up and down he's going to be the best ninja in the world. So he had something to prove, because that's all he had was something to prove. Now, let's get to that positive. Yes, before I go any further, yes, this was a slow build up to this. So it took some time to get to this point. But when it got good, it got real good. I'm talking about the action scenes in this anime, man. The fight scenes, all that. Very entertaining. The violence, as much violence as they can have in a TV-14 rating, but they still paid homage. They still paid homage to that. They didn't lose me on that. Very good. I also like the fact that they stuck to the ninjutsu culture. They stayed true to that. There was nothing in there that kind of threw me off or anything like that. They talked about the art of deception, the skill of the assassin, trickery, everything that deals with ninjutsu. All right. Well, there is one thing or one character that kind of threw me off and had me thinking, this is nothing about ninjutsu right here. But we're going to get to that in a minute. Don't worry. But besides that, they did a very good job with that. Now, speaking of characters, and this is one of my top main reasons that I started to like this show. They had some phenomenal characters in this show. And it took them to get to a certain arc. I'm talking about the arc where the rest of the ninja clans came into the picture. Once the rest of the ninja clans came into the picture, it got very interesting really quick because there were so many different types of ninjas, so many personalities, so many different skill sets that they had to work with that it just, you want to see who's coming next. What kind of ninja they ought to come up with next. You know what I'm saying? It felt kind of like the ninja version of X-Men. If you could imagine that. Everybody had their own thing going on. All right. You had characters like is it Kankuro, who had like a mini, like a mummy on his back, which when he unraveled it, he would use it as like a puppet to fight with. All right, if you could imagine that. And his design was pretty cool too. Also, another one with a pretty cool design and power was Kiba. Or is it Kiba? Yes, Kiba. I have to read the little list. Kiba. Okay? Because these names are hard. Kiba always had his pet dog on his head at all times. And there's a reason for that. Because when he fought, he would use his pet dog as sort of a weapon. And in ways that you wouldn't even imagine. All right? Okay? And his design was very cool too. All right? But here's some characters that I really liked. First, we got Rocky Lee. Rocky Lee, as you can see, is supposed to be their version of Bruce Lee. Let's all be real here. That's supposed to be Bruce Lee right there. But Rocky Lee is one of the only ones who is not into the skill of ninjutsu or the other kind of jitsus I cannot even pronounce. He only practices Tai Jitsu, which looks like to me pretty much kung fu. All right, which is very close to the skill set of Bruce Lee, right? So he stands out very much. He's one of the underdogs. You know, he's one of those underdogs that he was very weak when he came into the game, and he had to work hard. He didn't have natural talent. He had to work hard at what he did. Okay, one of my top favorite characters. Okay, second top favorite character, which probably should be a villain, Gaara. Gaara is like the ninja Sandman. All right, this dude can take sand and create shields, weapons, anything you can think of from sand. And he does it to a point where he has never been hit, touched, scratched, anything. He went on a whole mission. No scratches, no bruises, nothing, no kind of damage done to him. This dude is, you might think he's overpowered. He might be a little overpowered. I'm not even going to lie. But I like that character as well. Now, a third-rate character that was supposed to be one of the main ones that I still liked was Sasuke. You know, because Sasuke is the cool one out of the bunch. The more laid-back type of ninja who wasn't annoying. He was the only one that really wasn't annoying from the original group. So Sasuke was good with me. It's very good with me. That's probably one of the reasons I liked Sasuke. Let's get to Naruto, who's supposed to be the main character. Naruto was not that one. Naruto was highly annoying. You know, I can't stand whiny, annoying kid-like characters. And Naruto just had that element. All right. The only thing that I dug about Naruto was the fact that he went through so much as a kid, from a baby to what he is now. He went through so much hate and disrespect that I was like, dang, I feel for him. And he's a short dog. He's also an underdog. He's also an underdog. So I felt that for Naruto, but this is where we're going to go into the negative zone. Naruto was just a hyperactive. That's what they call him in the show. He's a hyperactive ninja, and that can be very, very, very irritating. Okay, that can be very irritating after a time. And so, as the main character, I just was not feeling him. Not for the main character. I really felt like Sasuke was the main character the whole time. That's just how I felt. Some people are going to have a problem with that. A big problem. But I don't. You know. And even though I love when he started to get like some remnants of the five-tailed fox started to come out of him, the way that it came out, it felt like they were biting from Dragon Ball. All right. You know, when you lose a friend, or you think you lost a friend, or a friend gets hurt, and then you get mad, and all of a sudden your inner whatever comes out. That's what happened with my boy Naruto. So I felt like they were copying as well. But that just could be me. I don't know. Another character that I was not too pleased with was Sakura. Sakura, in my opinion, was 10 times worse than Naruto. Way worse. She had he had the little crush on Sasuke the whole time. Naruto had a crush on her. So we had that whole triangle trope going on in this anime. There's another anime that I can't think of right now that had the same thing. Somebody was copying from somebody. Okay? But that'll be at the bottom of the screen. You'll see it. And I've done a video on that one too. Yes, but there's that trope going on. So that got a little annoying as well. And she was all about that. She never really did anything throughout the whole series until maybe the end, which still was not impressive to me. So I could have really done without Sakura. I really could have done without her. Some more negatives about this. I gotta say, some of the relationships between the sensei and the student in this anime were quite disturbing. Very, very disturbing, man. You have one sensei and student, Zabuza, and Haku, where it felt like there was more of some other kind of relationship going on between these two. Keep in mind, Haku is a little boy who had, the look of a little girl. And towards the end of their little storyline, there was a scene where they were just laying side by side with each other, and it felt like something else was going on, and it started to get a little creepy. And I don't know why they did that. That was a bad choice of scene for them. Another weird sensei/student relationship was between Guy and Rock Lee, my boy. Because it's like every time Rock Lee would say something Guy didn't like, Guy would just punch the crap out of Rock for no apparent reason. Like, he was abusing this dude for nothing. And I understand you have to be tough on your students. These are ninjas, right? But this was a little out of line. That was a little out of line and weird. And their whole thing was weird too. The music they played when they bonded was unnecessary. You don't play saxophone music for two guys. All right, that's what? Okay, no, so that disturbed me very much. Let me get to one thing that I really, really did not like about this whole anime. And I was warned before that there would be a lot of fillers, but this is nothing like what I thought. There were so many cuts to backstories in this anime. And you understand how many characters are in this anime? They had a backstory for every character, especially when it came to the exam arc, when they had the whole test for all the students. They thought it would be a good idea to tell you how each student grew up, what they went through every time they introduced a new student. There was not necessary. It got so bad. It really got annoying to me and sickening. I wanted to fast forward, but I didn't want to miss anything. But that really irritated me. That was not a good look for this show. There's so much that could have been cut out. There's so much that could have been cut out of those scenes. You have to edit some stuff out, man. I don't want to see all those flashbacks. Okay? I don't want to see all those flashbacks. That really killed it. That killed it so much. Good thing that it got back to the good stuff towards the end. Because if it didn't, man, the rating for this would have been so worse. Because I'm going to go ahead and give this an cool. Yes. And they're lucky they're getting that. Because this is only season 1 of Naruto. We have more seasons to go. We got 3 more seasons to go. So they're lucky to get that cool. I have to see if this is going to get any better than what it is right now. I want to say beforehand, please cut it out with the backstories. Just kind of, trim it down a little bit. Trim the backstories down. That's all I ask, Naruto. Other than that, I want to see more of the five-tailed fox released from Naruto himself. I want to see that. That's the only time that I can even stand Naruto. I love when Naruto goes straight up beast mode. And I think you will too if you haven't seen it yet. All right. I'll be back with another season. I need you to press that like button, subscribe, share, and I'll